Okay, done. Yeah, guys. So the topic that is in front of us right now is the chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts is basically the list of GL accounts. In any accounting scenario or on any software, whenever you need to do transactions, you will need at least two accounts over there. If you don't have account, the transaction never take place. Like for example, you say you paid rent. So the rent has been paid, but the rent has been either paid by the bank account or the cash account, right? Either you pay from a check, maybe bank transfer, or maybe you have paid the rent in cash. So what happened? Two accounts are involved over here. One is your rent account and the other one is your cash or bank account.
Cash account.
Yeah. So basically, all these accounts like, expenditures, admin expense, advertisement expense, rent expense, etc., purchases, sales, banks, cash, everything needs to be created. So whenever you're going to create accounts, that will be created under chart of accounts. When you talk about chart of accounts, basically we have three types. One is called as operating chart of accounts. Second one is group chart of accounts, and the third one is country version of chart of accounts. CO is your chart of accounts. Transactions involved are defining chart of account is OB13, and then assigning the same is like OB62. These two are the T codes that are involved in this particular process. First of all, operating one. This is the default version of chart of account. Default means any company must be having at least one operating chart of account for sure. Company uses this for their day-to-day process. Group 1. Remember we were discussing the concept of company and company codes. So when we discuss the topic, I was talking about we will be having a parent company, and under that parent company we can have multiple childs, or you can say the subsidiaries businesses in which the company is operating. Like I was giving example of Tata group of companies was the parent node, and at the bottom line we have Tata Motors, Tata Automobiles, Tata Tea, Tata watches, this Tanis, and different other brands are there. So what is happening? Each brand is basically a company code, obviously. So uh, when you are talking about individual company codes, you are taking care of different legal businesses of an group company. So operating chart of account will be created for each individual company. Like we have defined T81, T82, T83. Okay, so for three we will have to define three chart of accounts. At the same time, we have defined a group company also. Maybe at some point of time company wants to know what is the overall balance sheet and profit and loss impact of the group company. In that case we need to merge all the smaller entities, like the balance sheet and P&L of one company code plus other company code plus maybe if you have more other, like see what's gonna happen. Say you have T81, T82 and T83, these three company codes. So for these at least three chart of accounts needs to be created like this.
Okay.
And then all these three are connected to a group company, say Tata 01. So Tata 01 chart of balance sheet and P&L will contain all the values from T81 plus T82 plus T83. This process is called as consolidated balance sheet and P&L, profit and loss statement. So when you are doing something like this, when you are working on consolidated balance sheet and P&L, in that case you have to define additional group chart of account for that particular purpose. Third one is country version of chart of account. Say you're operating in USA as well as India. Your base country is US, so all the reporting and taxations, filing, everything will be done in US according to the norms of US. But at the same time, your company is also working in India. In that particular case, what's gonna happen for Indian business itself? Your company must have to do filing in the foreign country to just to meet the legal requirements or the legal needs of that particular country. We have to define
Mm-hmm.
a country version of chart of accounts. So this is not different in terms of configurations. Their configurations is all the way same, just their features or the functionalities are going to be different. One will be
Okay.
heading with consolidated version, one with the country version, and one with the daily use. Okay, anyway, the first one is mandatory. This is mandate. The rest are fine. Even if you don't define, system will work and the company code will be working. Now, let's go and see how to define it. Go to XPRO, SAP reference IMG. From there, go to financial accounting new, general ledger accounting new for the first time. Until now, we were working on global settings new. Then under that, go to master data, GL accounts, preparations, and here you go.
Okay.
For edit chart of account list. OB13 is the transaction code for defining a chart of account, and OB62 is there for assigning it. So first of all, click on edit chart of account list over here, OB13. Click on
Okay.
new entries. In the chart of account name, we have defined TAT1. So put TAT1 and write it down
Mm-hmm.
as chart of accounts for TAT1. Language English. Length is 4. I'm taking 4 means I will have all the accounts from 1 to 9999. What does that basically means? You can be able to create. Just a moment. Yeah, you can be able to create.
So I actually,
Yeah, go on, go on.
so actually, I just have one question. The thing is, so in the company codes we use like TAT1, TA2, and all that. I mean, is it necessary for us to use the similar name, like the same name, and for the
It's
chart of
it's a
accounts and all that as well?
convention.
Because there are a lot of
It's a
okay.
convention basically. Say for example, this system is very populated. For each of the things, you will find
Mm-hmm.
thousands of entries. In that case, it will become
Mm-hmm.
very hard to remember multiple names. First scenario. Second
Right.
one is
Mm-hmm.
SAP asks you to provide all the details on your will. If you want
Mm-hmm.
to keep it different, SAP will never ask you to maintain it in the same name. But around the world, consultants
Okay.
follow a certain type of scenario that is called as best practices. When you follow the best practices of
Okay.
accounting on SAP, this is
Mm-hmm.
listed under that convention that you should define everything under a similar name, so you will not have the hurdle to find the names all the time. So if you
Okay.
have kept the
Right.
same name everywhere, it will be quite easier for you to correlate or to
Mm-hmm.
find out whenever you need it.
I mean, we use this for different things as well, right? So in that case, like, just putting the description as well might help, right? Otherwise, it'll be directly there. Like when we
Right
search this
now,
name, all
see, right now you might be thinking like we are using the same name everywhere. Later on, you will appreciate it. Otherwise, you know what happens when you take different names. It will become a very Right now, we just did couple of
the
configurations, 10, 5
yeah, yeah.
kind of configurations.
Mm-hmm.
It is looking like we are
Mm-hmm.
taking different names, but later on, you will
Mm-hmm.
find out that this is a very useful feature. Whenever you need something, you know that what
Okay.
is the name.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Right,
why
right,
we
right.
are
Yeah, okay.
maintaining it in the same name.
That's how it is. Okay,
Okay,
right, right.
so
Okay.
name is not the problem.
Yeah, all right.
Everything, chart of account, okay, I
Okay.
know TAT1. Field status variant, okay, I know
Mm-hmm.
it will be TAT1. So it's a feature
Mm-hmm.
basically. Okay.
Okay, right, right. Yes, sir. Okay.
Now, Taking the length of GL account number 4 means you can be able to create accounts from 1 to 9999. So almost you have 10,000 accounts. But companies doesn't work in 4-digit number. They might be looking around 5-digit number, or maybe they might be looking around 6-digit numbers. So if it is 6-digit number, you can be able to see you have a lot of accounts that you can create. But for practice purpose, keeping it easier, memorizable, it's good to go with 4-digit numbers. Okay, if you know the easier approach, you can be able to handle the complex one. If you start with 5 to 6-digit numbers, you might be having some issues sometimes remembering numbers. Okay, but remember, companies work in 5-digit number at least. We are taking 4 digits. All right. Right, like one we
Yes.
have created as TAT1, and save it. Similar in the similar fashion, you can create TA. Say for example, TA consolidated version, TACV. Say consolidated chart of account for Tata Group. Language English and length you can give as 4. Maximum length you have is 9. Next, say you need a country version as well. Say TAIN, country version of chart of accounts for what? India, for Tata, or say for TAT1. Language English and length is again 4, and save it. So we define 3 things over here. See, you only need to find out one thing particularly, that is your normal chart of account, that is TAT1. These two I have created to show you how to correlate the country version and the consolidated version of chart of account. As I said, these are same in configuration, they are different in feature. Everywhere you will find an option called consolidated version of chart of account, group chart of accounts. So if a chart of account needs to be linked as a group, that needs to be given over here. Since this is the group version only, so we'll not update it over here. Find TAT1 and okay, I missed TAT1. Well, hang on a moment. It will be here. TAT1 and see. The consolidated version, put TACV. Now this TAT1 become a part of which one? Consolidated version of chart of account. Okay, but for now do not update it at all, leave it blank. I was just trying to show you where to assign the consolidated version. Like TAT1 is there, similarly you may define TAT2 as well, since you are handling a group, right? So that group will be having multiple participants. So TAT1, similar in the similar fashion, say you have TAT3, English 4. So I'll tell you the setup now. Calm down. You have 3 companies, TAT1, 2 and 3, right? So for them you have created 3 versions of chart of account. Now inside them, in TAT1 also put TACV, go to TAT2, here also put TACV, and go to TAT3. Oh, sorry. Here also put TACV. So what has become? TACV is the consolidated version. It contains all the 3, TAT1, 2 and 3. This is how consolidation version is defined. Like see this one. I was showing you, TATA101. This is the main group company. So put TAT1 plus TAT2. Then only all the values in these company codes will be updated to the base one. Right? So for now I'm deleting that, not keeping, because this is not the only setting that we need to do. We need to do some more things as well. For consolidation, it is too early to talk about them. But consolidated version are defined, assigned inside the chart of account feature only. Now coming down to the other two, default one, operating and country, where these two are going to be assigned. I have given you a T code OB62. So this is OB62, second one. Click on assign company code to the chart of account. Go to position, put the company code name. In the first box, you can assign general version, operating, and in the other box, you can define CTY, the country chart of account. Put here T81, and if it is having a country version, what's that?
It was TCIN.
TCIN, okay. Yeah, like this. Just a minute. Yeah. The very next concept here is account group. This feature is called as OBD4. The T code is OBD4. Account groups are what? I'll show you the format of a P&L and balance sheet. Say, for example, we have come on. See, we have two sections, assets and liabilities. Over the asset side, we have current asset, investments, property, plant and equipment, intangible assets, other assets, and total assets. Total assets means addition of all these. Like on the liability side, assets are something that you have. Means your current assets means those assets which can be converted to the cash within the period of a year. If you can convert something into cash or you have hard cash, in that case, it is going to be called as a current asset. Investments are the money that you have kept for the investment purpose, like your shares, your bonds, your debts that you have given to somebody. Property, plant and equipments are long-term assets, fixed assets. Fixed assets are those where their liquidity period, where the conversion to the cash cannot be done within the period of a year, like your land and building, property, vehicles. These things are going to be your fixed assets. Intangible assets means something that you cannot touch and that you can not touch. You can feel it. So intangible means your goodwill, the brand value of your company. These things are going to come under intangible things. Tangible means something that you can touch and feel. Other assets can be advances, etc. So these are different heads that we used to keep under our balance sheet. At the same time, liabilities are something that you owe to the others. Like you have current liabilities, you have long-term liabilities, owner's equity. Owner's equity means the money that you have put in your company while starting the company. So these are the things that we need to define in different heads. So we have a convention here. Even P&L, if you see, I'll show you a P&L as well. P&L. Oh, what is P&L? Sorry. Write down profit and loss statement. See here. P&L keeps data like, all your sales figure. Say you have sold goods worth 1,000. So that is your sales activities. If you have given some services worth 10,000 as well, so your total income is 20,000. Then in accounting, you have expenses, say 100 rupees, 100 in each head. So your total expense become 3 to 5, 500. So if you see your gross profit, Your sales figures are 20,000. Out of that, you have spent 500. So your gross income is 19,500. Later, you have paid taxes worth 500 more. So your total expenditure comes to 500 plus 500. So total 1,000. So when you reduce it from the total sales figure, that is your 20,000 minus 1,000, that you have got the net profit of 19,000 over here. So we need to define these under different heads like income head, expenditure heads, and so on. All right. So let's go and find out what exactly we are trying to do. We have 4 areas: assets, then liabilities. After that, we have income and expenses. These 4 are the 2 major heads. These 2 comes under balance sheet, and these 2 comes under P&L. We have a convention to follow over here. All the assets will start with 2. Means all the accounts starting from 2 will be termed as assets. All the accounts starting from 3 will be your incomes, and all the expenditures that is there in your company are starting from 4. This is what the whole setup is. Now, if you are giving it 2 series and you have accounts of 4 digit, so means you have all the options from 2000 to 2999. At the same time, the second one, you can create accounts over here between 1000 to 1999. If you raise the number of digits like 5, in that case it can be 2000 20,000 to 29,999. So you will get more options. Now 3000 means 3000 to 3999. This is the overall range that you have, and then it will be like 4000 to 4999. Okay, now further subclass the asset. If you go under asset, you will have first current asset, say fixed asset. Okay, then say it as your debtors. Say it as like you can define more entries over there. Long-term assets done, debtors done. Okay, so 3 are there. Say current asset. The series is 2000 to 2999. So I can allocate it 2000 to 2099. Second thing, 2100 to 2199. See, I have further classified that into different groups, and I have given particular ranges for the purpose of definitions. So this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to categorize each type of assets and liabilities, income and expenditures into certain groups. This is what we call as account group. Under this first setup, like current asset, we can easily define 100 accounts. Accounts can be like cash, bank account, then you can have like advances, etc., etc. In fixed assets, you can define land account, building account, vehicles account, computers account, etc., etc. So you have 100 accounts in this series. If you have taken 5 digit, you might be having 1,000 accounts in each category, right? I'm going to show you a picture now. The picture will be clear after looking at that. See, this is the range. All the items in blue here are listing liabilities. All the items in this color are listed as your assets. All the items here as revenues are listed here as these
revenues.
Yeah, and then all the expenditures are listed over here. Who did that? Once again, huh?
Like,
Tell me. Any question?
No.
No.
So this is how we are going to categorize things. Now, what you gonna do in your case? First of all, do you have this Excel sheet under basic settings folder? There's a Excel sheet called as SAP training. When you open that SAP training,
Okay.
you will be able to see this document. Over here, different topics are listed under different tabs. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your account group, right? On this, when you come down, you will find this grouping. How you are going to take care of it? First of all, change the first field, chart of account. What is our chart of account? TAT 1. Select the
One.
range until the bottom line and do a control D. I have replaced the chart of account value as TAT 1 overall from top to bottom, right?
Okay.
And now I'm going to copy this list completely. Copied, and then I'll come down to the SAP system. Here, see, define account group. I've opened it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll click on new entry and I'll simply paste it. Control V.
Okay.
Hit enter to confirm and see all the entries has been accepted. You can't put any value. It must be your company code. That is the reason why I have changed the name of the chart of account. Right. Now see what convention I have taken over here. It is TAT1. This is our chart of account. So top to bottom it is the same. In first case, it is current liability. So I have taken 2 characters from current, 2 from liabilities. So CULB.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term liability means LTLB. Okay. Then after we have SUCR, so sundry creditors. Like that I have taken from mine only. Okay. And this is the long description of all those activities. This is from account and to account. All the ranges have been copied. Now there is no way if you want to create a bank account. So bank is what? Bank is your current asset. Where is your current asset here? See, this is current asset. So whenever you want to create a bank, it must be within 2000 to 2099. This is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it must be within the same range. You cannot go outside this range to create an entry which is related to this particular group.
Okay.
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 Now we need to define one retain earning account. Click on execute, define retain earning account, provide your chart of accounts. That is what? TAT1. See how
Mm-hmm.
easier it is to refer the names. So names issue is not there at all. Whenever you need something, put TAT1. Right? Now, retained earning account is being created for the purpose of carry forwarding all the balances to the next fiscal year at the year end. Once you finish a year, you need to carry forward balances to the next year. So for that particular purpose, we define a retained earning account. In general terms of accounting, retained earning account is called as, retained earning is called as
Earnings that has been retained.
Yeah, exactly. The money that has been retained for the purpose of future operations. But here it has got a different meaning. This account is being used for the purpose of carry forwarding the balances from one year to the next year. So what you are supposed to do over here, just put over here X, Y, Z, A, B, C, anything and hit enter. System is going to issue you a warning message at the bottom line. See, it is saying to put your account in this particular box. But we don't have any account right now. So what we'll do, we'll just hit enter and ignore it. Okay, the warning has gone. Warning messages in SAP can be ignored. You can't ignore an error, but warnings you can always ignore. Okay, so we are done up to define retained earning accounts. We are good enough so far. Now come back to the main menu. Right away, we don't need to do any more configuration. We did chart of account, account groups, retained earning accounts. The next one is we are going to create general ledger accounts now. Let's find out how to create accounts and what to create. That is the major issues. Yeah.
Hey, Akhilesh, yeah, can you go back to retained earnings? Did you define retained earnings or did you just ignore that?
I just ignore that.
Okay, so we are
I'll show
coming
you,
back to
see.
that again. Okay.
OB53,
Mhm.
provide your chart of account. Just put X in
Right.
the P&L statement type and leave the account blank. System gives warning because of this blank box. Just hit enter
Right.
to ignore it and save it. That's all I
So
did.
we are coming back to
Okay.
that one, right?
Yeah, we will be coming back later on to that one whenever we need.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right now we don't have any
Okay.
accounts. So
Okay.
now we are supposed to create accounts. But the major question here is what to create. So click on GL accounts folder in the same document. For the first time we are going to create any accounts over here. So in that document, very next to the account group column, account groups column, you have a new tab called as GL
GL
account.
account.
When you
Okay.
scroll it down, you will find a bigger list. This is a smaller list. This is also the same thing. This is a smaller list. This is the extended list that you can do. We will create at least this much of accounts. Everything is given over here. Account number, what you can take in the name, what is the type,
Balance
balance
sheet.
sheet or P&L. Then you can provide the account group name as well. We already defined it. Some other details and the field status groups. What you have to take. Everything is given over there. Right now, you will have a hard time thinking like what to create. Your mind will start thinking like what accounts I should start with. So this is a good list to start with. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll create a capital account. We'll create cash. We will create bank, sales account, some other income like cash discount receipt, royalty receipt, rent receipt, interest income. Then some expenses, admin, advertisement, staff welfare, insurance expense, repair and maintenance, rent expense, interest expense, etc. Then we'll go to the purchase account. So this much of accounts would be a good idea to create for the time being, to start with at least. As soon as we'll be moving further, we'll be creating more and more accounts. Okay.
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 So first of all, understand where to create an account from. So go to accounting, financial accounting, general ledger. Whenever you need to create accounts, you always have to follow master. Not just in GL, even in AR,
Mhm.
that's your customer management, you have a master record. Even in
Mhm.
case of AP, you have a master record. So whenever you need to define accounts, at that point of time, you are going through what? Master. So we are right now into the
Okay.
master of general ledger. All the heads which are going to be used for the transaction purpose are called as master records. Right now,
Mhm.
currently we are going to take care of GL master, general ledger master data. So for that we have a T code called as FS00. Next heading is
Okay.
create GL accounts. This is called as
Sheila.
FS00.
Double zero.
Okay. Now go to FS00. You will get an option like this. First of all, provide the company code. The company code under consideration is what? TAT1.
CT1.
Now, what account? To check the list, first account is 1500, right? Called as
Mhm.
capital account, balance sheet and group is called as capital. If it is there, otherwise current liability. Okay, fine. Put the number 1500. Click on create.
So another thing, bro, we are going to be assigning these numbers, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
to all
Obviously.
these accounts, or like, I mean, like, are they only like predefined or something like that, something like
No,
that,
no,
right?
no,
I mean,
not predefined. You know the range now, right? Like if you know
oh,
like
okay. Yeah.
1500 to 1599, you have to take capital account. This is
Mhm.
what we defined it all
Okay.
for
Right, right. Okay, we
for
define
some
it
time,
there,
for
and then
last
from
year.
there we'll take any number between.
Any number within the range. Yes. So I have taken 1500 from there. Then provide it is balance sheet or P&L. So initially you will have a hard time. So refer to this chart. So it is what? Balance sheet.
Balance sheet.
Okay, I've given capital. Try taking any other thing. Take current asset. See, you have a message at the bottom line. Current assets can only be defined from 2000 to 2099. Maybe try taking
Okay.
something else. It will not accept nothing other than capital. It will only and only accept capital accounts. Select balance sheet accounts, and here in the name, put.
Can you try current liabilities on that?
It will not accept. The group is concerned with only capital. We just did that, right? So
Right.
if a group is intended to be used for capital, it will be capital only always. Like see here, capital accounts we have defined already to be within 1500 to 1599. So there's no
Right,
way
right,
you can
okay.
go outside this range. Okay. Now, given balance sheet, you can take it as owner's equity, or you can take it as capital account. Select it. Then go to control data. Second tab. This is the first tab, type description. Second tab is control data. Over the control data, one setting you have to mark in each and every account you create on this system. That is line item display, and in the sort key, you have to take 001 in each and every account. So don't forget it. Put 001. Okay, making sense? Why we are doing this?
So
I'll tell you later on.
So on the short key, we can come up with any kind of number, right?
Exactly, but 001 is the most popular one. Not convention. We generally use that. We want to sort all the data according to the date it has been posted. That is why this is the most popular one. Otherwise, you have a lot of options you can choose from. So we have given, then we are going to the third tab. These three tabs are important only. Rest of them keyword, etc., are not necessary. In the field status group, select what? G0 and 13. You know what is this range? Remember OBC4, where we had copied 0001 and some 41 entries have been copied.
Yeah.
Don't remember? Should I show it to you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
This is your field status variant. Remember what we did? We have selected 0001. We have clicked on copy. We renamed that as T81. Exactly, yeah. On the right hand side, we did that thing only. Hit enter. It is already there. 3. And copy all we did. Some 41 entries had got copied. I was showing, when you can do suppress, mandatory, required entry and optional entries. I'll show it once again. Wait. Select the entry, double click on groups. These are the 41 groups. This groups are coming over there. You can get inside to one of these groups and you can mark the item as either suppress, or required entry, or optional entry. Remember now?
Yeah.
So this is coming over there. These 41 entries are there. In case of capital accounts, we are going to take general with obligatory text and save it. It's not fixed, you can take any one, but it's good if you take it in this fashion. Next account, cash. In case of cash account, it is petty cash, balance sheet, and series is current asset, 001 and G013 only. Okay, fine. Now, you're done with one, then come back to the main tab. Delete the account number from there, put the new account number, that is 2000, right? 2000. Now, click on create button, like this. In the account group, take current asset, balance sheet. What is it? It is the petty gas account. Then go to control data, line item display and 001. This is the case in each and every account. And in the create bank interest series, you have to take what? G0 and 13 again. Then click on save. You will be good. Then after, next account is your bank. Say 2010. Same setting is there everywhere. Same setting, just group is G005 in this case. Fine. say click on create button. 2000, sorry, I have to change the number. 2010. Given some gap in between 2000 and 2010. Now, current asset, balance sheet, say it as Bank of America. Control data, line item display and a sort key, and the third tab G00 and 5. This is for bank accounts with obligatory value date. Remember, whenever we need to control this account 2010, we always have to modify the field status of G005. Okay. And after, come back to the main tab. Next account to be created is 3000. Put it here 3000. Click on create. Account group name should be revenue. Revenue means income, sales income. It is a P&L item, profit and loss statement item. Say it as sales account. Put the same at the second line as well. Control data, line item display and 001. Create bank interest, put 029 and save it. After that we have 3100 as the other income. The series is given here as other income. So first of all, 3100 in cash discount received. Give 3100. Click on create. Select other income. Just hang on a moment. Yeah, sorry. So take it as other income. You can't take it as anything else. You always have to put 3100 in the other income series, P&L item. Say it as cash discount received account. Control data, line item display and 001 in the create bank interest, put G0 and 29 and save it. 3101. So 3100 we have created as cash discount received. Just compare these four values. They are all the way same other than the account number and the name. Everything else is very same here, right? So instead of creating everything individually, I'm going to show you how to copy settings from one account to the other account. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Now put 3101, the new number, and then click on create with template. When you do, system will ask you what account you want to copy from, which company code. So put T81, and
Okay.
it will ask you which account number. So I want to copy 3100, the previously created one, and hit enter. See, everything has been copied. You just need to change the name. So cash discount receipt is done. So say rent received account, and save it. Second one 3102, interest received, you can take. Okay, then change the number to 3103. Again, oh sorry. Again click on create with template. Copy it from 3100 and change the name to royalty received account. Put it here and save it. Like this, you can create any number of accounts by copying one account to the other. Okay, all three have been created. Now let's move on to the expenditures. I'm going to show you how to create an expense account then. Series is 4000. Okay, fine. Say for example, you don't know. You have to create expense that you know. See here. Expense series is here, right? Expenses. So put any random number. Say you can put 1. Anything you can put. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now click on create. When you do, an option like this will be pop up. Select expenses. The 1 is not the right series for expenses. But when you do something like that, system will tell you the exact series available for that. See, 4000 to 4099 is the correct series. That is what it is saying. Right? So do one thing, hit
Yeah.
cancel. Go on, Venkat.
Yes.
Again hit cancel, say no, and you will be out. So now you know the number. So 4000, click on create, select expenses here, P&L item. Start from admin expense account. Go to control data, line item display and 001, and go to create bank interest. Here put G001 and save it. All these things are listed here. See, G001.
Right.
Now, next number, say 4001. Click on create with template because you need to create multiple accounts in the similar fashion. So next is showing advertisement, staff welfare, etc. etc. Copy it from previously created account, that is 4000, and change the name to advertisement. And 4002, say it as staff welfare account. Save it. 4003, create with template, enter, say it as rent expense. Save. 4004, create with template, 4000, say it as interest expense. Making sense, guys?
Yes, science.
Yes.
Repair and maintenance, insurance, okay.
So you keep doing that for different accounts and stuff, right? Like for every particular number and all that.
Exactly.
That's about it. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Don't leave today's practice. It is very much necessary.
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
You can take here accounts like, bank charges, account 4007, say it as cash discount granted. Like this, you can create accounts. One more account needs to be created here. That is 4500, your purchase account. Put it here as 4500. Click on create account. You have to take as, group purchase. Here say it as what? Purchase account. After that, go to control data, line item display, and a sort key 001. Go to create bank interest and put G001 again and save it. So this is, kind of the accounts that we wanted to create for now. Whenever you want to check the list, how much accounts you have created. So you can always click on this GL account box. You see here, you have input help option available here. Click on this. A dialog box will be opened. Here, you will find different parameters. Like see, almost this much of parameters are there. You can move between them like this. Okay. if you want to move to some key directly, like GL account number in chart of account, select it, provide your chart of account, and hit enter. It will show you the list of all the accounts that you have created so far. You see, almost 17 entries we have created so far. Okay. Now, couple of more features, like one is blocking here. You can block our account if you don't want to have that. Click on that. You have options like block for creation. One chart of account can be shared with multiple company codes. Means if you have 5 company codes and you want to keep the same chart of account, that's all right. It can be done. So when you have shared the chart of accounts within different company codes, in that case, if you select an account blocked for creation, it means you won't be able to create this account in any other company code. If you are blocking it for posting in chart of account, it means this account will be blocked against posting in all the company codes. Whenever a user will try in any of the company code, the system will tell that this account is blocked for posting. You can't post data into it. Third one is block for planning. You cannot use this account for controlling purpose or the planning purpose. In company code, you have only one option, block for posting. You can do it and the account will be blocked against the posting. The process is check it, save it. Later on, if you want to remove the lock, come again, uncheck it and save it.
Okay.
This is how you can take care of it. You have an option called delete mark for deletion. You can set an account to be deleted, but it will not delete the account. It will just show that this account has been marked for deletion. That's all. Okay. If you want to delete a GL account, in that case, it can be taken care of. There is a free code that's called as OBR2. OBR. This is called delete master record, not just GL. Vendor, customer, everything can be deleted from here. I'll create an extra account, say 4501, and I'll name it as very similar to purchase account, and I'll name it as delete me. We'll try deleting this account. Okay. The name of the account number is 4501. I want to delete it. So what to do? Go back to the main window, put OBR2 over there. It will be opened like this. What do you want to delete? A customer, a vendor, or a GL? So I want to delete a GL right now. These accounts we created are called as GL accounts. And which account? If you know the number, you can type it. Otherwise, you can select it. Go for selection, provide your chart of account, and select the account to be deleted. I want to delete me, right? Given.
Right.
Click on with general ledger master data. General master data in company code. Which one? TAT1. And uncheck test run. I want to run it in real time. So click on execute. Say yes. The account has been deleted, but remember, the account must not have any single data into itself, then only it can be deleted. Even if you post one single transaction, you will never be able to delete the transaction, and you will never be able to delete the account at all. Okay. Now, can we check the account number 4501? Try to change the account. System will tell you account number 4501 does not exist in company code TAT1. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Making sense now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is all for the day. We're gonna connect tomorrow.
Okay.
7:30 Indian time. 7 o'clock is a bit earlier for me.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Recording I'll be uploading in some time, and you are done up to yeah. So tomorrow we'll work on postings, entries. So I don't want any lags in practice so far.
Right. So yes. Right. Okay.
Finish it off anyhow by today itself.
Right.
If you guys are not ready, let me know. I'll skip class for a day but keep things up to this point ready tomorrow, please.
Okay,
Okay.
right size.
Okay? And
Yeah.
Sakin,
Yeah.
I'll do something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. The server access.